Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 19, and welcome back to Holzer Farm. So we're at a bush. I was going to do today either Old Stream or Provence, and a couple of things. When I was getting this map ready yesterday, when I was playing with Holzer, I saw a note on the download page that says in version 1.0.1, I believe, 1.0.2, that the mapmaker did add the script to sell wood chip bales. And it clicked for me that the reason we can't sell wood chip bales on Oldstream Farm, on that map, is because the mapmaker has not put that into the XML. So it is not seeing wood chip bales as a fill type. The problem is we have like 40 of them on the map. And even if I take them up to the sawmill, they're still there. They're going to impact our frame rate just the tiniest bit. They're really going to bother my OCD. So I don't know if I want to play the Old Stream Farm anymore. I don't know if I want to start another map. So that leaves Provence. The other thing is we also have the Anderson Extractor on the Old Stream Farm, but we haven't used it yet. I was going to use it there, but I want to use it here as well because we have all this grass. So I think initially the plan was that we would keep Old Stream and get rid of Provence. I think we're going to do just the opposite. I think we're going to keep Provence and get rid of Old Stream. The other thing is we have a Deutzfahr Warrior on Old Stream, and I have one on this map. We don't need to have the same equipment on two maps. So yeah, let's get rid of Old Stream. So that's why we're here. Well, that's not really why we're here. We're here because I really like this map. I really want to play it. So rather than doing Provence or Old Stream today, we're gonna play with Holzer a little bit. We're down here in the yard, and you can see I got the Place Things Anywhere mod, and I was able to get a shed in. I think that works right there. Now I did slide it back kind of far toward the road, toward the passage here, the lane, and it does have this awning. So I did have to extend the road out a little bit. I used the painting tool and just kind of, made a little muddy track on the side there as the passage would be widened out by vehicles. It's not really pavement. It's just sort of, you've been cheating to get away from this awning, and that's what happened. So that fits in there nicely. I did use some of the terrain painting tools. I have to say it's better. The 1.3 patch, it is better. Should have been that way on day one. Kudos to Giants for fixing it eventually, but they should have fixed it before they released it. So yeah, we can do some little things here to give it a little bit of a lived-in look. I also placed the workshop, the repair shop here, and same thing. And I can go in and play with this. What I noticed as I was messing with this painting tool is if it all starts to go south on you, just pick a texture. In this case, we would use this sort of dirt texture right here, paint over it, and start again. And you can also now take it up over the pavement, over the concrete that comes with a placed object, so you can give it kind of an irregular look. Like right back here, you can see I haven't done this yet. It's very square and sort of not natural, but up here you can sort of cheat it in. That's new in 1.3. It seems to be new in 1.3, the fact that it works that well. So like I said, kudos to Giants for making that happen, and it definitely makes the terrain painting tool and the placeable system a lot better. It's kind of what it should have been from day one, but we'll get there. I also placed over here, this is our land back here as well, and we have mowed this, and we have raked it, and we have baled it. But I also placed this water tank. Now, we didn't really need this on the farm because we have another one. We have access to water just down the highway. But I wanted to place it. And again, this comes on a little concrete pad, but I was able to take the dirt texture all the way up. And then I was able to put the wet in front. And I'll come back in and continue messing with this and make it exactly how I want it to be. But yeah, it's definitely an improved system. We've got some sort of leafy, foliage, things that would drop off of trees. I don't think you would have this necessarily this far out into the track, so I'll need to clean this up. But yeah, that's working for me. I like that. And then the last thing is back here, I placed the 5-door shed. Now, this building right here right here. Yeah, the one that we placed in the yard. That is a shed that the map maker actually says you have to have in your mod folder to use this map. I saw that in the version notes. It's not on the main download page, it is in the version notes. And I immediately downloaded it, but it did let me start the map without it, and it didn't give me any kind of warnings at all. So that is a particular style. That's more, you know, European architecture, European style, as is this. So I'm glad that I was able to get this placed back here. And again, I sort of used the paint tool to kind of, you know what I mean? Make it a little bit irregular. I trimmed the edge of the grass off here as it would be, right? As we're driving in here, we're gonna be tearing all this up. So this would be as it is, right? Dirt and gravel and mud rather than grass. We've got our bale trailer parked outside. We've got a few things parked in here so far. I also placed a fuel bunker, fuel Bowser. Nah, that's a bunker. That's not going anywhere. That's not moving. I went ahead and placed this down here as well. We didn't need it. I just kind of wanted to place it. So those are the improvements we've made to the farm. I'll show you one more thing. And you notice I'm walking, not running. I think something is slightly different in 1.3. You run a lot faster, and it sort of looks unnatural. I have to say I don't really care for it. So we're going to be walking. We're going to be strolling. We're not in a hurry here on our biological farm. We just let things happen when they happen. So yeah, Old Stream. I know that was kind of a weird way to start the episode, talking about another map, but I think that makes the most sense. Those wood chip bales would just bother me. I mean, I can go in and edit the XML file myself and add that fill type. I just really don't want to. And we don't need to have two German farms. We don't need to have the Deutschfahr Warrior on two different maps. So I think it makes the most sense. I think it does. We got our animal trailer parked up. We had that just kind of dumped over here. I got rid of it and parked it proper. We also bought a lot more sheep. We have 100 sheep now. I believe, yeah, 33 of 2, 32 of 1, and then 1 black sheep for a total of 100. It's not going to stay at 100. They're going to reproduce, obviously, and we'll have more. And then the last thing that I did stack these bales in here. I can stack. It's just a very slow process. Is why I don't do it on camera. But I can. So let us now get to work. Enough talking. More rocking. Let's get to work. So I mowed all my fields. In fact, I'll show you. I mowed all of my fields. And that would be this one. Field 30. And then there are two. I have to turn the grass off so you can see it a little better. But then this one is ours as well. And this little one where we have the slurry station. These are all grass fields, and I mowed all of them. Right, so these are all harvested now. And I had lime and 2 layers of fertilizer on 2 of the 4, the 2 big ones. And the yield has just been unbelievable. We have so many bales. So what I'm going to do is finish up baling. We don't have that much more to go. I left just a little bit of baling so we could do just a little bit of baling. And then we've got the Anderson stacker. Now I did these 2 stacks over here. Obviously I did these with the auto loading trailer and then unloaded them here. I wanted to get this. I rented it. I didn't buy it. And I just wanted to use it. I understand that there's no such thing as an auto loading trailer in real life, so that's not super realistic, but there is a stacker. So we can't afford this right now. That's why I rented it. But I think in time, I would like to have that stacker because it is more realistic. And we may still use the auto load trailer from time to time, and we'll certainly use it for hauling things like wool, right, around. But I think we should have a stacker. I think that is, we're trying to play realistically, and I think that is realistic. So you can see the number of bales that we have. Holy cow, so many grass bales. Right, so let's get this going. We'll do just these last couple of rows. So you can see a little baling. Oh man, you see how big these rows are? Crazy amounts of grass. So we'll do this just so you can see a little bit of baling, and then we'll hop on that stacker. We'll get things stacked, and then we'll end the episode going over and getting a front loader with a bale spike and the extractor and seeing how that thing works, because I haven't used it yet, and I was going to use it on Oldstream today and decided against Oldstream period, so I figured why not use it here, you know. And I think it definitely does make sense on this map, and particularly on this farm, because we are 100% grass. We have nothing arable at all. I think that would be a good investment for a farm like this. So that's everything that's going on. Whew. I think I remembered everything. That's all the farm stuff that I got for you, at least for this farm. And now Provence, I like that map. I don't know what to do with it, because as it is right now, again, like trying to play realistically, all we're doing is just soybeans, just over and over. We're just grinding soybeans until we have enough money to, I guess, get into animals. And we'll get there. But in the meantime, I don't want to say it's a boring farm, but it's sort of a boring farm. Or at least I'm just off camera. I'm just planting and harvesting soybeans over and over. So when we get up to, I don't know, several €100,000, right? Then we'll, I guess, get into animals, branch out a little bit. Same thing on this map. This map is interesting because the other farms, and in fact, I'll show you something. Get that, right? Drop that. I will show you something when we park this baler. When we park this tractor with the baler on, I want to show you something down at the animals, and we will have to teleport just briefly. One time, we'll teleport, because I saw something really interesting, and I'm curious how it came about. I'm not trying to tease it or anything. I'm just concentrating to get to the end of this row. I'm not, I wouldn't tease you. So we get right down here. Beautiful. That one. And then done, I think. Yeah, that's all the baling. Right. Lift the pickup. Turn it off. And we can park this up right here. Just for the moment. And we'll leave it running. So if we go to our map and we go to our animal dealer, which is right here, right? If you're here without a trailer, check this out, right? These are the names of the individual farms and then the animals at that farm, right? Is that in FS19? Because I was playing a multiplayer farm with some friends, and I noticed that when I bought cows, they were just on the map. They weren't unique to any particular farm. Now, I don't know if that's because of the way we started it or because we didn't own separate farms when the cows were bought. I don't know. But if this is something that the map maker has added so that you can buy animals and send them to specific farms, that is awesome. I'm really happy to see that, because if you do play this map multiplayer, you know what? We don't need to run back. We can teleport back. I don't teleport very often, but when I do. So that is a cool thing to see, because, let me see, and how do we want to unfold this? Like so. Now, do we need to do anything? Do we need to do anything, or do we just need to pull up close to a bale? We just need to pull up close to a bale. Fantastic. This thing holds 24. Let's stack some bales. Let's do it. So that is cool for multiplayer, that you would not own, you would only own the animals that you owned, or if you buy animals at the market, that you can send them to the right farm. Now, I don't know, when you get into multiplayer, I don't know how that would work, if you would still have the ability to buy animals from your farm's ledger and send them to another farm, or if you were playing multiplayer, you would only have the ability to send animals to your farm. I don't know at this point, but I was definitely impressed by that. And I guess I should look and see if that's an FS19 thing now, or if that is something that the map maker specifically added. I know it was not the case on a map that we were playing, but I don't know why. It could be, for all I know, the map makers may have specifically taken that code out so that all the animals were owned together. I don't know. I just don't remember ever seeing it before. So that is something. I'm trying to think what else. There was one other thing about this map, something that I noticed. Now I'm curious, again, with multiplayer, there was only one set of silos, player silos. Get in there. There you go. There was only one set of player silos, and essentially any grain that you harvested just went to one player. And so I'm curious if, again, on this map, when you buy different farms, or if you're in multiplayer and you buy different farms, if it changes the way that stored grain is handled. You know what I mean? I don't know. These are all the little details that make this game. You know, if you're playing multiplayer, and I harvest my wheat and you harvest your wheat and somebody else harvests their wheat, and we each put it in the bunkers on our farms, and then you look at how much grain you have, and it's got everybody's grain listed as yours. You know what I mean? You can sort that out manually, but it's one of those little tedious sort of deal breaker things. You know? It's not the end of the world. It just takes you out of the immersion. And that is that's something that if a map maker can overcome something like that with a few lines of code, it just makes it, for me, so much better. It makes the experience so much better when I'm playing. And it's not that I expect a map maker to do that, but I really do appreciate when a map maker does. It's the details. And that's true not just in farm sim, or not just in mod making, but really in all of life. It really is the details. The most successful people that I know, the best people that I know, are people that have an effortless attention to detail. And that's something that I definitely try to pursue in my own life. I like to be all about the details. It's not just the OCD. That helps. But details, man, that's where it's at. So we are going to, carefully, almost ran into that one. I think, yeah, we're not going to quite get all our bales with this load. So what I may do is, I don't want to spend the whole episode stacking. So what I may do is drop these and then park our park our stacker. Yeah, that's the word. Park our stacker and go get the extractor and a bale spike, because I really do want to see how that thing works. I really do. So we got room on here for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can get these sort of around the outside here. And that'll be, I think that's enough stacking for today. Just to see how this thing operates. I do like it, and I do want to get it for this particular farm. We just don't need to buy it right now. Now I think, because we're at what? 22, 22, 24, and another half dozen. So that's what is that? Better part of 75 bales, which is 3 trailers, and I think I got like 35,000 per trailer when I sold the silage bales. So we've got about $100,000 worth of, 100,000 euro worth of silage bales here. That'll do, you know. That'll do. If we can do that per grass harvest, that will definitely get us out of debt quickly. So I'm going to, I guess I'll just put these right here. I've seen how that extractor operates. I saw a video on YouTube. I've seen how it operates. And I think we're going to be okay. So we want to unload bales. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. It doesn't, oh, yes. Unload bales here. And then I pull forward. Is that right? Oh. Oh. Okay, that's creative physics. I see what they did there. I see what they did. Beautiful. Good for them, man. Good for them. Did you see what was happening there? Lower loading platform. That goes there. Okay. Did you see what was happening with the physics? They had converted, I guess, each row of bales into a long, rigid, whatever, tube. So that goes there, and it's going to fold it automatically. Fantastic. Let's get this over here out of the way. And we could return it right now, but it would blink out of existence and not very realistic. Not very realistic. All right, so we'll drop this here. I don't think we need this for the moment. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, we will buy that as soon as we can. I think it's about 50,000 euro. We'll buy that as soon as we can, which conceivably is as soon as we sell this silage. But we got one more thing to do, and that is to use the extractor. Now, the reason I put this shed so far back and have it sort of encroaching on the road is I wanted as much space up front as possible to get things backed in there. And with this little outbuilding right here, it's not that tight, but it's a little tight. So that's the reason, you know, why didn't I just move it forward like 1 meter? That's the reason. I wanted as much room as possible to back things in there. Right, so we'll get this hooked up like so. Get that into a safe position. And we're gonna back up here. I have been seeing some hot spots on this map. It's not a deal breaker, but there are definitely some angles you can point the camera, and it really, frame rate really tanks. So I have an EVGA overclock app that I got specifically for FS19 back when it was first released, when I just absolutely could not get graphics and frame rate sorted out at the same time. So I may begin overclocking again. It's a very mild overclock, but I may begin overclocking again just for which direction this goes. It's gonna go this way, so I needed to go this way. Right. So, like I said, I saw this on a video, but I've never personally used it. So that's the first thing we do. Then, set brake. I'm gonna hop out, and we are going to get in. And we are driving it now. So we'll turn this back on. We will start the engine. We will unfold the bale wrapper. Do I need to do anything else? So as I understand it, we will drop bales in here. They will wrap, and then they will begin extruding out the end. They call it an extractor, but I think of it more like an extruder. It's got very much the Play-Doh Fun Factory look to it. Take the brake off. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. Rather than stacking these half dozen stray bales, why don't we start with these just to neaten things up, right? And get a little bit of clutter off the field. Fantastic. Now this tractor, this Valtra, does let me see my display down at the bottom. I can have the tool itself selected and still use the front loader. On that Deutz-Fahr Warrior, it does not let me do that, which is not that big a deal. Right. I guess I want to put this in here like this. I mean, it's gonna make a long tube. So I guess I want to put this in here like this, but I don't know how close in I need to be before it takes it. Well, I would probably want to be lined up. Oh, this game needs perspective on the front loader tools. It really does. So that goes there. And then if I... Okay, it's taking it. Fantastic. And then it's going to wrap it. And wait for another one. Beautiful. Okay. So we'll come down here and we'll get another bale. We'll do these 6 and then I think that'll be about enough. I don't know where we're at on time, but you know, patience has its limits. I get that. So get lined up from above. Take this right down here. Right about there. Here we go. And one last thing about the Old Stream Farm. Oh, hey. Okay. We didn't quite spear it. There we go. Now we're going to spear it. There we go. One last thing about the Old Stream Farm. We also have the MB track on the Old Stream Farm, and I would like to bring the MB track into this map. As soon as we buy another farm, I think that tractor absolutely belongs on this map. But again, I don't want to have the Deutz Warrior and the MB track duplicated on 2 farms, even if they are some of my favorite tractors. I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to spam you. Tractor spam. It's totally a thing that I just made up. Right. So that goes there. And now we're going to start making a tube. Beautiful. Now, something that I do not know is how long the tube can be. I have no information on that yet. So let's start with 6, and let's see. I guess at some point it'll just kick it out when it's at its maximum length. How long is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If it's using the same physics as it does for the stacker, right? You saw the way the stacker took those 8 bales and made them into a tube, like one long rigid object. I wonder if 8 is the limit for this thing as well, and it's just using the same sort of physics workaround. Let's go with 8 then. 8 is not much more than 2. We got a minute. So this goes right here, and we'll back it up. Beautiful. Wrapping. Now, here's the next question. What the hell do I do with this thing after I make it? Then what happens to it? Now I gotta, right? Like, what do I use to handle that? Where do I put that thing? Interesting. I guess we'll find out. I think, because the video that I saw where the guy was showing how to use the extractor, I didn't watch the end of it. I got bored. I got ahead of myself, and I turned it off before the end of the video. So I don't know if after you have the long silage bale in your field, I don't know if you essentially unwrap it and then you have like raw silage bales. I think that's what I saw in the video. And if that's the case, then we would need to stack them or load them again to take them down and sell them. Oh, fantastic. Giants. You know, you disappoint me, but then you make it up to me. And that was, I haven't seen a lot of like notification as far as making a wood chip bale of fill type to be able to sell those. And the videos that I've seen about the bio baler, which is the wood chip baler, the videos that I've seen, they just take them down and sell them in a way that made me think it was already a fill type, or it was cheating off another fill type or something, and there would be no issues with it. But apparently it is something that needs to be edited in. to make it work. And I don't know. I mean, that's not. There we are. That's not the end of the world as far as, you know, what I would have liked to have seen Giants do as far as implementing a new fill type and not really making it clear that there was a new fill type. But in the near term, I just don't. I don't know. I wouldn't say it soured me on Oldstream. Oldstream has this new one, the FS19 Oldstream, has a different feel to it than the other, definitely. And I didn't quite get all of that one. I do feel like there's a different crew working on it. It's just got a different feel to it. I understand that all maps are going to have a different look and feel because FS19 has so many changes were made, so many things are different. I get that. But the actual feel of the map itself, it's not like it was converted. All right. Grab that one from way out. All right. Got a little centipede going there. I've seen maps that have been converted from 17 to 19, and they look like maps that were converted from 17 to 19. They are essentially the same map, and the things that need to be different are different. Oldstream looks like a new map made by a different crew, and there's nothing like inherently bad or wrong with that, but it does not have the same look and feel that I'm used to when I think of the Oldstream. And so it's just not like the old one. I feel like I'm playing a different map. So you put all that together and I think, yeah, we don't need to do this. We can move on to new things. And this map is so good, and it's German. And I tend to think of the Oldstream as German, even though wow, missed that one completely. Even though it's conceivably sort of French almost. I know in the FS17 version, I definitely saw the French mailbox, which is a very specific and distinct yellow mailbox that you only see in France. I saw that, so that for some reason always made me think it was a French map. And I want to say there was something else. There was like a Renault sign, you know, which you could conceivably see in Germany, but seems like more of a French thing. Okay, this is number 8. This will be number 8 here, and I'm curious if it caps it and spits it out. And that's all we get is a total of 8 bales in a tube. Or if we can just take this thing out all the way across the field. Would we want to? Would you want to do that in real life? Don't know. All right. Is this the end? Nope, not yet. Okay. You know what? I'll keep going. I ain't scared. I saw a system like that on, is it the Millennial Farmer? I can't remember. There are several real farming channels on YouTube that I watch, and I saw a system like this operating, and it's crazy. The bag itself, when it wasn't using a wrapper like this, it was using a bag, like a literal bag, but it's a bag that's like 150 feet long, and it's a heavy poly material. And when they were loading the bag in, the bag itself weighs like 900 pounds or something. It was crazy. Back up a little bit more. All right, I guess it's just going to keep going. But as they were loading this bag into the machine to haul it out to the field, they were using like a crane, a little crane, in the garage. But it was a crazy system to see operating. Not quite like this, but the same concept that rather than silage bales or a silage wrapper, that you would have a silage bag, and I believe that machine, you didn't put bales in it. I believe you put, uh-oh, I just saw it moving over here on its own. What's going on? I believe that system, you didn't put bales in it. I want to say you put loose material into it, and it compacted it and forced it down into that bag. And similar, the machine moved under it because the bag obviously is going to be extremely heavy with all that material in it, and it's also going to have a ton of surface area contacting the field, so it's not something you could slide or drag. So yeah, the most logical system would be to have the machine move under it, and that's what it does. Right. How many of these you want to do? This is, what is this, 10? 11? This is 11. We'll go 12, and then we're gonna cap it. I gotta get on with my day. I got other things to do. I would love to sit here and make videos for you all day, but Ill Will got work to do. Right, so this is 11. All right. Not yet. We'll go one more. Right about there. Got it. Here we go. I'm actually going to do one thing. You know what I'm going to do. Before this thing unloads, I'm going to hop out here and make a thumbnail. Beautiful. Now, number 12, in it goes. All right, back it up. Put that there. Set the brake. Out we go. We're going to hop back in this thing. Turn on this. And unload bales. Unload bales. It says it wants me to click on the left. All right. That's a little disappointing, I have to say. A lot of the animations up till that point were pretty good, and then at the end it's sort of there we go. And we are, oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, we'll have to move that off camera. Okay. Well, that's how it works, I guess. Shut that off, and then I want to come over here, and I want to see what we do with these. What do we do with these? How do we cut open bale? Yeah, that's what I thought it would be. So if we cut this open, then we'll have 12 silage bales that we need to stack again and take down to sell. Although, if I was going to stack them a second time to take them down and sell them, I probably wouldn't stack them the first time. I would simply gather them up from the field one at a time and drop them in the extractor. Yeah, that's a good deal. There you go. Let's call it, folks. Thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is the Holzer map, and we'll see you next time. Take care now.